Hello and welcome to GrindslimeTV with me, your host Aaron. And today we're going to be looking at some of my fellow countrymen here in England. We're going to be talking about the crust punk pioneers that are Sore Throat and their album Unhindered by Talent. Absolute banger, as I'm sure some of you out there can attest. Is that the word I'm looking for? Let's hope so. You get 52 tracks on here in the space of about half an hour, so definitely doing things right. As you know what the rules around here are. This is how it goes. And this, for those of you who may not be into like your hardcore and crust and stuff like that, and you haven't checked these guys out, if you're into like Napalm Death's Scum, a lot of these tracks could have fit on there really easily. And so yeah, really, really good stuff. A lot of this is very I don't think novelty is the right word, but like these guys were pretty much like the guys who started like noise sort of punk as well. They made songs up on the spot in the studio. No practice, no rehearsal, no writing sessions, nothing. Just straight in. They booked 15 hours at Lion Studios and went in there and just made a load of shit up on the spot and went, that'll do. So very, very cool stuff there. So they're very sort of anti-music kind of attitude early on. It was put out in '88. This was their first full length that they put out. They had the Oral Butchery demo before that, and they had an EP as well. I think it was Death to Capitalism or Death to Capital, something like that. I think it says in here actually. Let's have a look. Oh, Death to Capitalist Hardcore. That was it. Of course it was. And yeah, that was like a 22 track EP, like on a 7-inch or something. No, it might have been more than that actually. It might have been like. No, because DRI had the 22-inch, 22 track one. These guys, I think this one had like, it might have had more songs. It might have been like 40 odd or something stupid. But yeah, this had yeah, really, really cool. You get like a little story in there about how the album came about and why they made it, and like thoughts on it all these years later. Pretty interesting. You know, there's some various digs on the album at other bands like Napalm Death and whatnot at the time, because from what I understand. Like an eyelash in my mouth. They at that around that sort of time, apparently Napalm Death had gotten a bit big for their boots and had sort of carrying this sort of aren't we great kind of air about them. I don't know. I weren't there. By all accounts, I've heard Shane Embury is nothing but nice, but like I say, I weren't there. But one thing. Well, I got it. But yeah, but the one thing that they point out on there as well is like these people call themselves like capitalists, like anti-capitalists, sorry, and yet they're charging like £40 for Japanese imports and shit like that. You know, and this is in '88, so back then 40 quid was even more. I mean, that's big money. That's like weekly shopping money, and that's good coffee. But yeah, but if you're into your sort of like more metal stuff, this has got some heavy stuff on there as well. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, let's have a look here. The Hang Norman Tebbit. That's a nice heavy one. As is Filth Chain. That's got like a really nice sort of like metal opening, which goes into a really fast, like traditional grind kind of track. Really cool. Like these guys know how to go slow and mess about with it and stuff. But ultimately, speed is the name of the game on this record. Really, really cool stuff. There's loads of great songs in it. Like I say, a lot of them, because they are made up on the spot, you can imagine there's a lot of, you suffer but why kind of stuff going on, which is, absolutely fine. I can live without those sort of like 6-second songs, but whatever, they're having fun. As it says on this, they were all drinking cider and just having a laugh. But no, you get some other really good ones on here as well. Like, where's the other one here? Where was it? Yeah. Billy Milano's Head. That's a really good one. That one's got some good riffage to it. But no, this has got some really cool stuff on there. I love the front cover as well. It's just little guitarist there with his old dready dreads. having his little fun time. And bottom there, you've got the band photo. Yeah, this just reeks of sincerity, to be honest with you. You know, when you listen to a lot of the spoken word parts on here, and when you can make out some of the lyrics too, because the guy's got a good growl on him, but he also enunciates quite well too. So it's not like he was just, I mean, there's some bollocks on there, obviously, but he wasn't just talking gibberish and making noises all the way through. He actually like improvised some lyrics. So no, really, really fun, and I think it's a very important chapter in the history of grindcore. 100%. It's definitely worth your time, I think. You know, got a really cool sort of MC there, which I dig as well. So definitely cool. It's got the old, got the police penis. I don't know if we can do that fancy thing where he's got his police helmet on. He's got his little truncheon. Oh yeah, oi. He ain't happy. But yeah, really, really cool stuff. Essential, in my opinion. But you know, I'll let you guys be the judge. This was the reissue by Grindfather Productions. So they always put out some cool stuff. And yeah, as they see, they've got the whole anti-music symbol on there as well. It's better to be deafened by noise than blinded by lies. Okay. I suppose, yeah. I mean, don't really want to be deaf, but that's cool. Sore Throat, Unhindered by Talent, 1988. Absolute banger and essential listening. And if all you people who are into that early black metal as well, like your early speed metal, you'll hear a lot of that in that record. So get on it, make it happen. Until then, support your underground and local record store. And check out the description box to see how you can pick up your copy of Grindslime Magazine by yours truly. Oh yes. Oh, this weed is brilliant. There is this coffee.